You know when you're in secondary school and you're having a party, so you go on your notes app to make an invitation. In bold letters it says on the top, leave the beef at home. And that's exactly what we're doing today, because we're taking it to France and making beef bourguignon. Pronunciation, it was peak. But in school, I was never good at the French. Anyways, qu'est-ce que c'est, Justin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I got this beef from the meat mongers on Monday, and it's now Friday, so I don't know if it's gone off. But when I pulled it out the fridge, a bucket of blood just felt like it's carry or something. It doesn't smell like it's completely gone off yet. But I have to use this, man. I'm not wasting all this meat. If I die, it's all right, because at least I got the content out. More time, your mum's been cooking for years, man. Sometimes the meat smells a bit funky. She still chefs it because you're hungry. Kids are screaming. We need to eat, man. I have this poor habit of buying stuff and then not cooking it. This cow died some time ago, but
It also died again in my fridge.
shout out to the meat mongers, man. They cut these meats into squares. So fine, you would have thought it was a Picasso piece of art, man. Put this in the Louvre, man. Look at these squares of meats. True story though, I was in the Louvre and they shut down the whole Louvre for me. Not just for me, but I'm a Uniqlo ambassador, innit, on my TikTok and Instagram. Uniqlo are partnered with the Louvre somehow. So one day they flew us out to France and we got to, hey! Mate, this meat is really hurting my brain. The tissue stuck to it. Oh my gosh, this is not, I'm already cooked, man. Hey, this video. So I'm just gonna salt this and then just let it sit for a bit, bro. Butchers can be intense sometimes, man. You're just trying to buy like a couple lardons and there's like a whole half of a pig just hanging above you. Mate, the butcher I went to was proper quality stuff, you know, locally sourced and all of that. Mate, if you guys don't shop at the butchers, man, go to your meat man. They got the stuff for you. Real nice stuff. We're just gonna slowly cut that off. Hopefully not removing too much fat. See how I'm doing it here? I'm just like, I got the top layer and I'm just sort of peeling away at the knife just so I don't take too much of the fat off. Okay. A lot of the things we buy all come from packages, but I would love to like butcher a whole pig. Anywho, we got the lardons here. Lardons is actually a French word for bits. My dad always told me to take the first layer of the onion off. I don't know why. I listen to my parents sometimes. I had to go to rehab for garlic addiction because I always overdo it. The recipe calls for 2 garlics. I'm using 5 minimum. Show me a person that hates garlic and I'll show you a person that I hate. Yo, cutting garlic can be such a chore sometimes, man. Especially when you gotta cut it into small pieces. I need that fake joint. Give me that garlic in a can, man.
AI generated joint, bro. This thing is taking too long.
Usually this thing is just a prop to make the kitchen look nice and colourful. But today, we're actually gonna be using it to cook, which is what it's for. Sunflour, about that much. I wanna just coat the bottom because we're about to fry. When you're frying any meat, you really want it to be dry. Hey, sorry, it went in my ear. It actually smells really nice now. You wouldn't even thought that it was nearly gone off. The thing about cooking meat is, you know it's ready to be turned over when it doesn't stick. For example, this has got the perfect browning on this side, so it was ready to turn over. The way this beef is spitting on me, you would have thought it was Jamie Carragher. Have you guys ever spit on somebody by accident? You know when you're talking to somebody and you get a bit excited and just a young spitball just comes flying across the room into their face. And they don't say anything because it's just really small, you know, it's like microscopic. It's like microscopic. Microscopic. It's like microscopic. It's like microscopic. It's like microscopic. Alright, I'm taking all these beefs out the pan. See, this is what you call brown meat, okay? So just oil all over the place. What happened to the ozone layer? Is that thing still healing? Or was in the 90s they were talking ozone layer. Did it heal? Is it done with this trauma? Is it cool? Did it go therapy? I just want to know if it's alright. See, bacon comes with its oil, like kind of like an inclusive MOT. It comes with its own oil, so we don't even need all the oil in the pan, but it is in there. So we're gonna fry it. I'm gonna use like half of it, because I want to use the other half as a garnish later on. The onions have a small amount of water in there that's gonna suck up some of that brown stuff on the bottom of the pan. That's where the flavor's at, okay? Rule of thumb in cooking, if it turns brown, it's usually good. Kind of like having a baby, you know, when they start doing their first hues and it's all weird colors. But when it starts to turn brown, it's usually good. Alright, so when I'm frying stuff and it starts to get a bit too dark, I just turn the brightness up. I'm just gonna put just a small amount of water in here. Very small. just to remove that dark spot there. I was kind of scared that it's gonna burn, so I'm just gonna remove it. All right, garlic in there as well. Just gonna saute that as well. Is saute French? Is that French or Italian? My onions are brown. My meat is brown. My baby's poos are brown. We're ready to cook. Do you know what? I haven't put any salt into this. Yet that still tastes salty. That is the power of bacon. Okie dokie. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't think this pan is big enough for this operation. Do you know what? Cooking different cuisines is interesting because, you know, if this was Ghana food, we would have added the puree at the start, but because it's like French food, they add it in between. I don't know. For a long time, I never liked putting alcohol in my cooking because I don't be drinking that alcohol. But I feel like this recipe, you can't really substitute it. I know the French people, them, they love a good boozer. They got Weatherspoons out there. It's called Weatherspoons with an accent. You know this is a proper wine, it's got the cork on it. I know nothing about wine, so whether this tastes good or not is beyond me. Oh, you just pull it up like that? Okay, nice. I feel like it's not working though. Are the arms meant to be up like that, or is it meant to be to the side? See, this is certain man in a rave, certain man just bopping, and I'm just on the side there chilling. Hey! Cheers. The smell of alcohol is so interesting to me because more time it smells like a bottle. We like to drink with beef because beef is our mate. And when we drink with beef, he downs it all in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is so crazy to me. A whole Bumba Clizzy bottle of the red inside the meat. I have never cooked like this before. How is this even gonna thicken up? There's no flour in it. All right, so we've also got some beef stock here. I'm gonna add that in there as well. And then at this point, I'm gonna taste. I taste so nasty. It just tastes like red wine. Is this gonna go good? The red wine definitely needs salt, so I'm gonna season it very generously. I'm gonna put some rosemary in there. Got a couple bay leaves too. Some sage as well. And if you're lost, you can look and you'll find me time after time, both going in there. It just tastes like wine. Is it meant to taste like that? I don't know. Need to stop whining and continue this recipe, mate. Has anybody made beef bourguignon in the comments before? Is it meant to taste like this? I don't know. I actually don't like that. I trust the French people though. They know some stuff about cooking, innit? Just for some added flavor, I'm gonna add this beef stock cube and then we're done. Yo guys, pray for this stew. And not because it's been drinking all this wine, just because I don't know if this is gonna taste nice. I don't be drinking, so I don't have that taste for wine. Like, I don't enjoy wine. I don't like the taste of wine. I think it's horrible. I like wine gums though, those are nice. I'm just gonna clean up these edges like a hairstylist. Anyways, we're gonna slap it in the ovenito. Ah, flip, it doesn't fit. Look at all the oil droplets on me. Bro, you would have thought I was a turtle how much oil I'm covered in right now, man. We've got some mashed potatoes here with some pink bits. They kind of look like white people in the cold. And we're just gonna peel them off. Let me put all the peelings on this plate actually. Mash is one thing I know how to do. I can mash a potato in my sleep. I can mash it whilst I'm awake too, just in case you were worried that I can't do it right now. Ugh, I open this potato and there's like a hole in it. Oh, that's so horrible. You know when living things actually look like they're living? Ugh, I hate that. Mate, these potatoes are uniform, bro. Is it 9 o'clock? Are they on their way to school? Look at that uniform. All the same size. Bruh, 2 potatoes in a 1 stroke. Who am I, Tiger Woods? All in one. You know when you're boiling potatoes, you want to start with cold water because the potatoes are so dense that the water needs to come to a boil at the same time the potatoes do, so the outside doesn't cook quicker than the inside. Yeah. I just so happen to have a carrot farm in my kitchen, so I'm just gonna get the carrots. This one grew really big. Oh, it's great stuff. These carrots look like they're taking roids. Look at the size of that. Whoa, I don't even need a knife to cut. I'm gonna do this, do that. These can go there, just sit down. These are like under 18s, these are under 16s. You can't really play them together because it's not fair. All right, we've got these tiny shallots here. These are gonna be an absolute pain to peel. I love onions, but baby onions, I don't really mess with them. About 25 years later, we done. These onions, that was so strenuous. Last thing I need to prep is these mushrooms. Word to Mario, because we're gonna use these for extra powers. Ew, that cut really badly. I'm tired of cutting stuff. I feel like a Hollywood director. These are nice. You can pierce it with a fork. If you can't pierce it with a fork, try and use an ear piercing gun. When you're making mashed potatoes, when you've drained off the water, just let it sit for a little while so the steam can go away a little bit. Yeah, actually, forget what I said. I can't be arsed, man. Where's my masher at? Do I even have a potato masher? I should have a potato masher, shouldn't I? I can't be bothered to find it, man. It's somewhere in the crevices of a cupboard somewhere. I can't be bothered. Why does it smell like yam? Did I cook the wrong thing? Pop them in there. I don't mind the potato having a bit of texture. I don't want it to be super smooth. If I did, then I'd apply some FPF. It's not too bad. I don't mind that. I learned this the hard way, but you can mix potatoes too much. And if that happens, it turns into like fufu. Be careful, don't overdo it. Just a bit of cream. Still needs more butter, I'm telling you. Mate, if you see how much butter they put in mashed potatoes in restaurants, yeah, perfect. Mashed potatoes, ready. What's my beef saying? Let's find out. Whoa, the steam is crazy, bro. Beef sauna, delicioso. See the French, it's coming out, man, I told you. Whoa, this is very brown. Oh, this looks delicious already. Hey, listen, I'll hold my hands up. You know, earlier in the video, I was like, this wine thing, it's not the one. And I was bugging out because I've never had wine in my food. It's flipping delicious, mate. Why is the wine tasting so sweet? We're gonna add some peps because I forgot to add it earlier. Alright, so right now this thing is very liquidy. We need it to get thicker. We're gonna put this sieve in here. We're gonna move the meat to the side. So the sieve is in there. We just need to get some flour. Let's say three heaped teaspoons, and then we're gonna get a whisk and just start combinizing it. You see that? And what's gonna happen, it's gonna get thicker, but it's not gonna go directly into the sauce because the whisk is doing the whisking thing and the sieve is doing the sieving thing. This is high level technique, bro. Get me in them French kitchens with the Jean Pierres and all of the Jean Claudes and them man there, bro. I'm ready. Look how thick that is. We're just gonna mix it together again. The color of this is very intriguing to me because it's not only brown, it's a very deep burgundy, almost purple color. It's really unique. Obviously, because we added the red wine, that's why it's like that. But I'm just adding a bit of beef stock. I don't actually know why. It's just my intuition is telling me just to do it. I'm hearing voices in my head. All right, last thing is I'm gonna put the big fat carrots in here. I'm gonna leave the thin ones for later. Reason being is the carrot adds sweetness, so I think it will help by boiling it right now. Also got two onions here. I'm gonna put literally like 4 maybe. Yeah, we're just gonna let that do its thing for another hour. The sun's going down. I've been working on this beef for ages, man. Something like Kendrick and Drake. So what we're gonna do now is make the garnishes that exist. You wanna caramelize them. Whoa, that got too brown. Whoa, this is heavy. All right. Whoa, that looks delicious. I like some of my carrots like a little bit firm. I don't like them too mushy. That's why I put them in towards the end. Some bacon. All right, last 15 minutes. And then we're ready to eat. Oh my days, I cannot wait. Yo, this video stuff ain't easy, man. I had to run to the corner shop, buy parsley. They didn't have any, so I had to run to the next one. Whew. Shout out to Tesco that had it. Okay, call me a music producer because I'm separating the stems. We're taking extra care. I'm a Care Bear. Remember that show Care Bears, bro? What happened to them man there? They're probably all in jail, you know. Guys, just take a look at that, man. Just take a look at it. I'm not sure what the consistency of this should be, but it's kind of gravy like at the minute. I could make it thicker. I'm not sure if I should though. I like this. This dish is like a sophisticated gravy with tender meat, delicious vegetables, including the onions, the carrots, touches of bacon lardons as well. It's always a fun time when bacon's involved. And the mashed potato, it's the perfect bed, the perfect location for the beef bourguignon to rest its head. All right, let me not even talk too much. I'm just gonna taste it. From times when they said put a whole bottle of wine in the recipe, I didn't think this was gonna taste like this. If I could improve this, I would want it to be a bit sweeter. And I think the way to do that would have been to add the carrots in right at the start. I'm so glad I tried this because it really is delicious. Shout out to Julia Child for putting me on to the recipe. And shout out to you for watching it. Sometimes when I'm cooking, I ask myself, am I cooked or am I cooking? And today I definitely did the job because that was cooked.